Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ollie here from CryptoVest.com. It's the 1st of October today, and we're going to be looking at Nebulas trading against Bitcoin over 2-hour candles. Nebulas has just been one of the best performers in the last 48 hours in the top 100. It announced yesterday that it's going to be hosting a smart airdrop with the Atlas protocol and their native ATP token. And I think they're actually, Atlas protocol was incubated by Nebulas, so they're kind of really trying to promote this. It's a pretty big project, actually. It's like an on-chain interactive advertising project. It's got backing from ex-Google Blockchain Alliance, so some sort of big names in the tech industry there. And yeah, it's quite a promising thing. It's got a lot of steam going on behind it, and as you can see, that's had a big effect on Nebulas' price. They released an official Medium post yesterday stating that there was going to be a snapshot taken on the 15th of October. So for everyone that was holding the Nebulas NAS token, that you had to migrate it across onto the mainnet. So if you still have NAS tokens on the ECR20 version, you need to migrate those across. And there's instructions on the official Medium post, actually. I'll link that on the TA for those of you that want to have a look at that. And yeah, they haven't actually specified what the airdrop ratio will be, whether it'll be a 1-to-1 or whether it'll be 2-to-1. So that's kind of a little bit annoying, but yeah, it's still pretty interesting. And so a lot of people have just been buying up Nebulas right now in preparation for the airdrop, and you can see it's had a huge effect on the price. And you can see it was actually looking pretty good anyway. The asset was performing quite well. We had an ascending triangle pattern, as you can see here, sort of something like between this sort of flat resistance. And we had climbing candles along this uptrending support here. This sort of channel here with the white lines is quite an important area, as you can see. So getting rid of that again, you can see it's tracing pretty faithfully to this flat resistance, but every now and then on 2 occasions actually broke through it, hit this uptrending resistance, and then came crashing back down again, to be caught later by the uptrending support. And then sort of over the last sort of week or two, it's been tracking more faithfully, and then eventually, yeah, yesterday it broke through. We had a 33% run up in the initial opening run. It corrected all the way back down to this sort of strong support at 25,000 sats, which historically has been a very strong support for the asset. And then today it's had a 22% gain back up. Found resistance at this main resistance area, above at 27,000 sats, just shy of 28,000 sats, I think, yeah. And is now corrected back down again. I think at the moment NAS is around $1.76. It's also up 22% against US dollar. It's tracking pretty level with the two BTC and the USD price. And is now looking kind of a little bit bearish, actually. It's still generally uptrending. The lower lows are still higher, increasing. But looking at the indicators, you can see the momentum appears to be falling quite rapidly. So maybe this was a sort of a pump, and now we're starting to see the dump. Looking at the RSI indicator first, you can see that we were wildly overbought at the top of the bull run, which is normally to be expected. It corrected, went back into the overbought region, is now plummeting back into the channel. Still quite high up in the channel, so you know, we could see a third impulse leg kick off as the news spreads a bit further, and maybe we'll enter back in. But for now, it looks like it's correcting right back in the channel. This is kind of a good thing. You want it to correct back into the middle of the channel at least, so that we have a bit more room to move. On the taking money flow indicator, you can see that you could have actually probably caught this bull run early following this indicator, as if you look here, the candles are traveling in a general uptrend, but there wasn't any sort of strong indicator that was going to be as explosive as it was. But if you look to the indicator here, the taking money flow indicator, you can see that despite this sort of fairly mild price action, you can see it's actually traveling pretty strongly up out past the signal line, spiking really, really high. And then just before it all kicked off, it then spiked. And this is a good indication of buying pressure. And right now, it's telling us that even though we had a 22% run up earlier this morning, the Chaikin money flow indicator is actually heading back towards the signal line. So selling pressure is obviously increasing. And right now you can see that just about wicks are starting to appear beneath this support here. On the MACD indicator, it's a lagging indicator, but it still gives us a pretty good idea of what's going on. So this 12 MA is still high above the 26 MA, but you can see it's clearly starting to dip now back towards this 26 MA, the red line here. And on the histogram as well, buying candles are starting to decrease as momentum falls. So we'll be looking for sort of candles to appear beneath the signal line to tell us that the trend is starting to reverse. So overall, it looks like it's turning bearish. Ideally, I think the main support we need to focus on will be this 25,000 sats mark, and if it does manage to fall through here, potentially we could see it get caught by this uptrending resistance now support line. And then from there, maybe we may see bulls collect and push on again as the news starts to spread a bit further. So yeah, for the full TA, guys, I'll include some more indicators and have a look at price targets in the main TA on cryptoinvest.com. The link will be in the description for that. And yeah, please like and subscribe and drop us a comment. Let us know if you want us to look at anything in particular. Cheers.